everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name is Peace. I'm with the Footsteps to Peace. I'm a psychic astrologer and an intuitive life coach. If you are interested in a personal reading, please feel free to check the description box down below. There you'll find the link to my website, thefootsteps2peace.com. Also, like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And hit that notification bell so you can be updated the next time I post a video. All right, you guys, I went ahead and shuffled the cards and the overall energy today, and I'm really sorry about the lighting. I decided to do this in my living room since it's like probably one of the last times I'm ever going to do it. Plus, I was down here packing and doing some other shit. So my apologies, but sorry, not sorry. So the overall energy is codependency. In this card, it talks about addictions are affecting your love life. Now, whether or not this person has, maybe you're addicted to one another. Maybe it is addicted to a certain way of thinking, addicted to, longing for another individual. So for any of you guys, it could be any one of those things. As we move along, there is something here that talks about the chemistry that you have with another person. And I feel like for sometimes it has a lot to do with constant obsessive thoughts when it comes to the other person, or maybe the two of you guys are really thinking about one another, the divine masculine thinking about the divine feminine. I feel like in the past, they did go through some type of a separation when it talks about freeing yourself next to the person that you have a lot of chemistry with. It's almost like this person is like kind of running around in circles. It's like they realize that there's a lot of chemistry, and what they want to do is jump that fence and go over here to this relationship. But at the same time, it's like they're doing what they can to move away from the other person. I feel like it has something to do with not getting to know one another in the past, maybe the way that they needed to get to know one another. But I feel like the problem here is, you see that mother right there? She's kind of chuckling and the daughter's like on the mom's lap looking over at the guy like, what do you want? Like, why are you here? And it's like he's trying to be prim and proper and everything, and it's almost what I feel like is a mockery. I feel like, and maybe not like, and I don't mean it in like a mean way, but I almost make it, it's like an undermining, I feel like this person, it's like, it's distrustful, okay? And maybe that has a lot to do with things that have happened in the past, because if you look at her, she's focused on the past. She's not turned around looking towards the future, if you can see that. She's looking at everything that she's lost, all the hurt, all the pain, the suffering, maybe the relationship that her mom and dad had, any one of those things. So it's like she wants to give this relationship a chance, but it's like she just is in this longing phase of wanting to make it happen, or not sure, or confused about other things. Because I feel like, she's had chemistry with other people, and I feel like it was a disappointment, and maybe either these people walked away or she had to walk away from them. And what I'm seeing underneath here is there's this place of attraction, and it's like, it says, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And it's right underneath the chemistry card, okay? So it's like almost feeling like, even though there's this it's like this pulling to be with the other person, it's like finding solace in the things that you love, the things that make you feel good, things that are safe. Because it's like she's in this garden all by herself, and it's like she's safe there. And there she knows she won't be hurt, because the very next card, which is also the center of the reading, the heart of the reading, is these heart-to-heart conversations. And I feel like with that being the heart of the reading, I feel like if these two people could honestly sit down and talk about their likes and dislikes, talk about their hurts, talk about their pains, and really bear all and allow themselves to be vulnerable, I genuinely believe that these two could come together, and it could literally lead to something really good. There's nothing, like, I see nothing here except for the codependency. I mean, if I'm going to look at any one of the cards, you've got chemistry, free yourself, getting to know each other, attraction, heart-to-heart conversations, transparency, talking about the things that you guys want out of life. Because this could be the one. The very next card after the heart-to-heart conversations is you've already met the romantic partner that you seek. But it's like you're just spinning in circles, just like on this free yourself. It's like this, it's almost like the magical unicorn. I remember when I was, younger and I was a bartender, I actually got called a unicorn a few times. I was like, what does that even mean? And it was like the one that a lot of people would love to have, but they know that she's untouchable. And I always wondered, like, why didn't I get asked out on a date? What was the big deal? And it was like, obviously, I had these horns on. And so I had this armor on that was like, don't fuck with me attitude, because I'll poke holes in you, right? So you kind of go round and round and round in circles. But if you could just be vulnerable, like she is here in this card, this is a sense of just surrender. When you can actually take a moment and stop and smell the roses and show gratitude for what you have. And only ask spirit for what you want and stop manifesting the shit that you've already been with in the past with past relationships. Let that go out the window. Because if you were to really have this conversation, which is like right underneath the getting to know each other, the heart-to-heart conversations, I think that there's this thing here about either the mother or the daughter being protective. Okay? Because look at that. Look at the look on the daughter's face. It's like she looks protective and the mom's just kind of shuttered off and the masculine is standing there, with a nice stance. I mean, the way he's sitting there is very prim and proper, but it's almost like he's not being taken seriously. And maybe it's because of something that happened in the past. And that's what this codependency is all about, is because you still can't get over that hurt from the past. Again, this fucking horn can hurt. But so can fucking running around in circles. And look, they're both facing the past. Free yourself from the past. Free yourself from the old story that you continue to tell yourself. And maybe that's the one or the both of you. But like I said, if you were willing, I guarantee the both of you are both like going in circles. When you do talk, you just go in circles. Because you continue to bring up the same fucking shit every single time. Whoever I'm tapped into here. If you guys could stop and realize that this person isn't like the person or the people that you've been with in the past. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. You put an expectation out there believing that this person is bad because of maybe you heard something about them. Maybe they did something in the past. But this person has changed. The problem is your perspective hasn't shifted. And when you don't shift your perspective from the way that you used to see this person or the way you've seen them in the past, it doesn't matter how much this person proves to you that they've changed, you still look at that person through the same set of eyes that you were looking at them from the past. See, the only thing she's fucking missing is binoculars at this point, because it's like she just wants to make, see the detail. Look further out, but you're looking the wrong way. You know why the rear view mirror is so much smaller than the windshield? You're not going that way. Okay? Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I see a lot of cherubs over this. Look at this. You got the little cherubs up here blessing this union. This could be the one. You got the little cherubs back here. Look at them. Okay? They're blessing this union. But one of them is not listening. Either you or the other person. It's like you talk, they don't listen. So sometimes it's just best that you walk away for a minute until you can change your perspective so that you can come in with a clear lens. And sometimes that takes 6 months to a year to 3 years. There's no time limit. Okay? Because if you do it just right and you don't try to rush this, and you take the time out to heal through whatever pain, because obviously if you're going in circles, then this person is not ready. And if you forced it, it wouldn't work anyway because it's being overthought. Look, she's overthinking. She's longing. She's waiting. But she's overthinking. Okay? Thinking here. She needs to clear her mind like she's doing here. So maybe take a moment, sniff some rose oil because she is sniffing roses. Or next time you're on a walk, stop and smell the flowers. Maybe buy yourself some flowers. Maybe, or wear some rose oil or jasmine or, any one of those things that just bring back your senses to entice you again into something beautiful. Have you ever had somebody buy you flowers? Because maybe, just maybe, this person wants to bring you some. But they're not going to waste it on somebody who's going to be pissed that they picked a flower when you could have brought them a plant. Too many details, okay? With that said, there is someone here that does want to grow old with you. There it is, engagement. And look they're older there. Look, they're young here. They had to go through the lessons. That's what we're doing. We're gaining the wisdom. That's what age means, right? We gain the wisdom. Well, some of us do. I can't speak for everybody, but hey. But this is about gaining wisdom so that they can take it to that next level. And look at it. Because there's such a time lapse, maybe time is what is important. And maybe they need to learn a few other lessons before they can come into this union. They need to learn more about themselves and why they're so trapped. The outgoing card talks about it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And I feel like that's what you're longing for. But it's almost like you almost take yourself off the market by putting yourself so high up there on your high horse. So it's almost like you need to take yourself down so that you can be equal to this person. Because we don't want to be above somebody. We don't want to be below somebody. We want to work beside our life partner, our, whatever you want to call it, husband, soulmate, twin flame, divine masculine, divine feminine, whatever label you want to put on it. It is all up to you, partner, But it's saying underneath here, if you would just take the time to get to know this person, this could actually turn into something. It says, this could be the one. And then the very next card is saying, it is safe for you to love. But this does show up in the future. This doesn't mean right now. And if you're in this struggle and somebody is talking and the other person isn't listening, you've got to go back to the things that make you happy again. The things that, now whether that's, doing your passion projects, your hobbies, taking care of your kids, traveling, whatever you guys are doing right now, get back to those simple things and heal along the way. And I feel like this could definitely come together. What does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine? Whoa, okay. He wants to say, I keep seeing signs of you everywhere I go. Okay. Another one flew on the ground. Now is not the right time. See, that's what I was just talking about. Now is not the right time. If you can't get your point across to this person by talking to them, because that's what this is all about, because the heart of the reading is about having this conversation. And there's this beautiful story going on around it. But someone here keeps themselves isolated. Because if you look, that unicorn is isolated. But it's like, unicorns can jump. And they're magical unicorns, aren't they? Usually? So it's like whatever magic you're weaving. But I feel like, with there's this sense of longing for the other person and trying to bring them back in. What would he like to say to you? What would the divine masculine like to say to the divine feminine? Everything I do for our future. And I think that the both of you guys do, whether you're doing it consciously or subconsciously. I do believe that, when I look at this, it's so funny. It's like if we could just be honest with ourselves and say, okay, I know that I'm not ready to be in a relationship right now. It's almost like, back in the 1800s when the guys would go off to war, right? And then the feminines would stay home and they would tend to the garden and tend to the farm and tend to the children and, churn the butter and do all the stuff, right? That's what I see here. It's like somebody here needs to go off and fight their own war. And sometimes that war is within ourselves. And we cannot, hi Freya, we cannot, we can't sit in this place of like yearning and waiting and longing. We have to go back out and do the things that we enjoy and get back to that childlike essence of ourselves again, so that again, we can hit that reset button. And sometimes it can take a few years before that happens. But I feel like one or the both of them, when they think of doing certain things in the future, they also have this person in mind. Like if they're building a house, they have you in mind. If they are wanting to start a new career and say they want them to travel, they have you in mind. How would that affect their relationship with you? And you may not know that. Maybe they're not showing signs of that. But this person would like to marry you in the future. This person wants to grow old with you. And maybe that's what you're used to, is people who were non-committal in the past. But that's where, again, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Stop comparing them to the people of the past. All right. So, Spirit, please show me. All right. So he wants to say, I can feel you pulling away. Have you moved on? Again, that's what this is all about. It's like they feel this pulling, but there's nothing between them right now. I'm so scared of change. And I feel like one or the both of them, yes, it's a scary fucking thing when we go into a committed relationship, or when we go into something that we don't know what to compare it to. So when you do finally have somebody in your life, the only thing to compare it to is our past. So it's like if we're used to being hurt, we're going to shudder at that feeling and we're going to lock ourselves away. But again, it's because of transparency. It has a lot to do with communication, because in the past, there wasn't enough communication. And when there was, it was just, all right, you're just spinning in circles, you guys. You're not actually fixing anything. And someone here was definitely non-committal. All right, any last messages from the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine to one another? Oh, there it is. What if you don't accept me for who I really am? See, this is all about rejection. And maybe this has to do with abandonment issues from childhood. It's a rejection issue. So instead, again, this person keeps themselves away from people. Well, that's okay. I can do it on my own. Ha ha ha. I don't need you. It's a mindset. I brought my other cards home today. You guys, I will go back to be doing my readings in my office again at some point, but right now I am working on moving, so bear with me, and I will have lighting again, and I don't know, maybe I'll dress up one day for a reading just to throw you guys off and wear my hair down, because we both know I don't do that very often. All right, Spirit, one message for the Divine Feminine, or what messages do you have for the Divine Masculine? Okay, there it is. Oh, wow. Oh, it's my kitty's name. Oh, he got two. Mother Mary? I just mentioned Mother Mary a little bit ago. and Freya. Love and peace. Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. The other card is Freya, phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. Let's go ahead and read those. So those are for the divine masculine. Mother Mary. Oh, wow, I opened it right up. All right. So Mary, the mother of Jesus, is one of the best loved saints, masters and guides of the world. Although she has had a huge part to play in the Catholic faith, she can bring faith, peace, and love to anyone who calls on her. She is the saint of the people. She works directly with the angels of peace to bring healing to the world, particularly where there is conflict, and is dedicated to supporting children and mothers. She is the spiritual embodiment of unconditional love and acceptance. Extended message: it is time to let go of conflict or the need to be right. The more you fight for the point you want to prove, the unhappier you will be. Pointing out the mistakes or mishaps of others just blocks the road to love in your own life. Mary, the divine mother of acceptance, is with you now, encouraging you to forgive. Forgiveness is not about letting anyone away with their bad choices, but about choosing to create your own happiness. And that's what I talked about. You know, getting back to your own happiness, getting back to your own bliss. Mother Mary also brings healing to you and your mother. If you miss her, are out of contact with her, or have an old trauma that needs healing, know that Mary's miraculous light is here now to wash away the darkness. And I feel like that could also have to do with you being a mother. And the fact that Mother Mary is connected to Virgo, you could be dealing with a Virgo here. With Freya. Let's look up Freya. That's funny, I'm a Virgo. And my kitty's name is Freya. Oh, I totally relate. All right, so it talks about phases and cycles. Freya, which means lady, is the Norse goddess of the moon and love. She is the twin flame of Odin and a warrior goddess who offers deep spiritual and physical protection to those who call on her. She will stand before you with her shield and spear, keeping you safe from harm. She works closely with moon energy and helps us recognize that our life is a cycle that is always changing. She herself is the maiden, the mother, and the crone aspect of all women, and guides them to see the wisdom these cycles bring. We all go through phases and cycles of growth, and Freya is the energy that supports this. She has a raven spirit totem, which is said to represent her capacity to travel between heaven and earth. A phase of your life may be coming to an end, but it's important to acknowledge it's not the end. When one door closes, another opens. You may have been desperate for change, but now that it's here, you could feel vulnerable. Know that the mighty goddess Freya will guide you. Illusions are now being revealed so that you can leave behind anything that is false. Step into your peaceful warrior-like energy and welcome the changes you deserve. Tie up loose ends and take heart. This is an exciting time. Okay? So whatever loose ends you need to tie up from the past, if there's things that the both of you guys need to heal from the past, and usually when we have a conflict with a person, it's usually not even that person that we actually have the conflict with. It's just the person that we project our shit onto. Okay? So I feel like pick and choose your battles as well. Yeah, Saint Germain at the bottom of the deck. Karma releasing. Move beyond drama. Create your own path. Make room for good energy. All right, so Spirit, please show me the divine feminines. Okay, there it is. Wow. All right. So, the feminines. Wow, I've never gotten this one. Joan of Arc. Voice of truth. Stand strong. Focus on your purpose. Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. Okay? Bottom of the deck talks about Mahavatar Babaji. Probably butchered it like I normally do. You know me, my apologies. Soul expansion is what it means, though. Okay, so it says, your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. So let's go ahead and read those. I've never gotten these two cards in any of my readings, so this is actually a treat. Especially Joan of Arc. There she is. All right. Sorry, you guys. I do not have my glasses on, and it's kind of dark in here if you can't tell. Joan of Arc was a medieval French peasant girl who is reported to have been visited by Archangel Michael and other saints, who gave her information on how she could help Charles VII. Yes, the 7th. Save France from English domination, and if I'm wrong, my apologies. We have more things to focus on other than that. She was only a teenager when she went into battle for her country and won a huge victory. She was, however, later captured and burned at the stake. These days, she is a supremely loving guide to all those who want to stand up against the odds. She also helps many light workers overcome their fear of persecution. You are being encouraged to stand strong. You may feel unrecognized and misunderstood, but that doesn't mean that you have to give up on the mission you feel called to fulfill. You must follow the will of your soul and exercise your leadership spirit by speaking your truth. You may feel as if you are on a battlefield, but this conflict will come to an end as soon as you stop defending yourself. You are not here to prove yourself to others. Instead, approve of yourself. Know that your angels are on your side and that heaven is thanking you for being the honest soul that you are. So recognizing, like, again, if we have a judgment of another person and we're feeling persecuted, think about that. It's like you're getting back what you put out, okay? Soul expansion, let's go see what that says. All right, so that talks about you may feel that you have retreated from the world recently. Maybe you've not been as active socially or spiritually, but this time of inner rest has really paid off. You are becoming more and more consciously aware of how connected you are to God and all living beings. This sense of union is called yoga. Yoga goes beyond physical ability and into a sense of awareness that's created through spiritual practice, meditation, and devotion to the divine. Babaji, the yogic father, is here to inspire that fire of union within you so that you can understand how your thoughts and actions are creating the waves of energy that form your life. So for some, like I was talking about earlier, sometimes we need to separate ourselves from the situation in order for us to be able to move forward in it. And then the universe goes, okay, they're ready. Now we'll give them what they need. Otherwise, it'll kind of just give you a little bit of a tease and it'll show you where, you know, if you're easily triggered, it's showing you where you have holes poked in that area. So it's like, okay, go back and heal that so that you can come back in being the best version of yourself that you could be. Listen, you don't want a person who can't even commit to a fucking dinner. If this person can't commit to dinner, this person isn't going to be able to commit in actual life to engaging in anything more than maybe a banter back and forth while they're holding themselves away from you. So anyway, you guys, if this sounds like your story and you are interested in a personal reading, please feel free to check the description box down below. There you'll find the link to my website, thefootsteps2peace.com. Like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And hit that notification bell so you can be updated the next time I post a video. You guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And we will chat again tomorrow. Take care.